24 hours. Speak only in English. Isn't it a miraculous thing, a wondrous thing, a dream and desire of every English learner? Certainly it is. And how is it possible? Because the aim of every English learner by reading the books, novels, magazines, blogs are searching for any YouTube video where on the thumbnail is written you can speak in English. Without any second thought, we just click on the topic, we just click on the video. We are so impassionate to just join the online classes, to have conversation with a native speaker in order to speak English fluently, because the ultimate goal of every English learner is to speak English fluently. This is the desire, this is the destination of every English learner. But no one knows how to do this. We have tried many techniques like imitation, shadowing techniques, talking to yourself, dramatic monologues, conversation with your native English partners, and we are obsessed with this thought that we should always have a partner to talk with anyone. So we are searching for each and every type of content which can help us to speak English fluently. Isn't it right? Yes, it's all right. We watch movies, we watch cartoons, we read each and everything that is intended to make us to speak English fluently. So we have, these are all important things. These are all part and parcel of learning English language, in the journey of fluency. But wait dear audience, we do not know the exact way, because in this technique you don't have to do any kind of compromise. No compromise. Give a signal to your mind that there is no space for any compromise. There is no space for compromise. No space for compromise. No space for second thought. I have already posted a video in which I have given you a method how to think in English 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. And now I am just uploading this video with this intention that you have to speak English round the clock 24 hours. Now the next question is that, ma'am, 24 hours. How can we do this? Because we are often in search of the words, in search of the topics. We don't have the limitless topics, we don't have the limitless words. How can we talk round the clock 24 hours? So listen my dear audience, I am giving you a detailed method, a detailed technology, a detailed technique by which you can just implement that technique and you can speak English round the clock. For example, as you know, our mind is a restless creature. Each and every moment there are thousands of thoughts occurring to our mind. Our mind doesn't keep silent. Every time it is thinking about something or the other. Isn't it right? It's right. But unfortunately, it is thinking in our mother tongue. We are always thinking about either the pleasant moments, either the past moments. When we are happy, we just want to express, oh my God, the reasons of my happiness. And when we are sad, why we are sad. Sometimes and most of the times as human beings, we are judgmental. We become the judge. And we just observe the lives of others. And we just love to comment in our mind about the lives of others. What kind of colors they are wearing, what kind of dresses they are wearing, and what kind of achievements they are getting, and how much failure they have in their lives. In fact, in this reality or in this present world, it has become a second habit of all human beings to become critical of others' lives. This is reality. Now, how you can implement this technique without compromise is that you just have to force yourself, force your brain to speak English every time. It doesn't matter whether you produce the small sentences, whether you produce the simple sentences. If the words are not coming to your mind, you can just use the alternate words. But every time when you are trying to speak, when you are trying to produce words from your mouth, get assured. Give a signal to your mind that I should speak English. I should translate all the feelings through my mouth in English language. Why I am pleasant, what is the pleasant weather, how I am looking, what I am doing. Each and every activity you just have to do. And the best way, my dear audience, to give triggers to your brain, to give stimulus to your brain is just by watching. And the best thing is that you just have to switch on your TV, listen, and mute and turn it on a mute mode. Okay, when there is no sound, you just have to watch the screen. Definitely there will be many scenes appearing and then disappearing. What you should adopt the role of a judge. You just adopt the role of a producer. You just adopt the role of a commentator. Be a commentator, be a newscaster, and just give your ideas in the form of words through your mouth, whatever you are watching. If you are watching certain pictures on the TV, you just have to see what you are watching, the emotions. And the very important thing is that, because when we are just describing the things, what is going on around us, words can be limited. But when we can associate our feelings to that scene, when we can associate our feelings to that picture, our feelings becomes limitless, our thoughts becomes limitless, and we can describe it emotionally. We can connect it with our past experience. We can connect it when we are sad. We can even connect that scene to the weather outside. This is the power of human being. This is the power of brain. You just have to utilize this brain power, and believe me, my dear audience, if you can do it for 1 month, because there are many comments which I receive on a daily basis that, ma'am, how can we speak English within 1 month, within 21 days? You are befooling the audience. It is not good. So my answer to that question is that, if you can understand what I am speaking, if you can understand the level of vocabulary which I am utilizing, the sentence structures, the sentence patterns, it means that you are not a beginner. It means that you are at intermediate or above the intermediate level. You are the person who is just confused how to get the right direction. You are just confused about the study plans. You are just confused because although you are not a beginner, you are at intermediate level, you are a shy person, you are somewhat hesitant. That's why you have come to this video, and you just want to see how I can implement my ideas. You want to have some motivation to uplift your journey of fluency. So this is my answer. You are not a beginner. You don't say that I am now learning ABC, alphabets and sounds, initial sounds, and it's not possible for me to speak English. You can speak English from the very first day, my dear audience. It's possible. You are saying that you can't speak English well after 1 month, but I say that you can speak English from the very first day. Even if you are listening, even if you are reading, you are writing, or you are just listening something, you are just observing something, if you just pick up the book of any one class level, if you just pick the book of any one class level, there There are so many words, there are so many stories, sentences. If you can just understand them and incorporate them in your daily life, you can produce more than 50 words, more than 50 sentences. Because the language which is used in a daily life is not very difficult. This is my point of view, and you just have to give triggers to your mind. You just have to force your mind. You just have to drive your mind to this direction that you can speak English well. You have to speak English, and you have to speak. You have to speak. There's no alternative for you. You just have to make your mind think that now just believe, just imagine that I am living in an environment where there is no option except speaking English. Then what would be your response? Your response would be to speak English. To speak English, even broken English, you will speak English, even 2 or 4 words in order to indicate. But gradually you will be able to formulate the simple sentences. From simple sentences you will move towards your journey of complex sentences. But if you just procrastinate and just wait for the perfect moment to come when you will have a grip on the grammar, when you will serve many months on learning English language, only then you can speak English well, certainly you are wrong. Because there is no theory, there is no perfection in any era, in any genre of life. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Just start speaking from the very first day, from the very first moment when you have started learning English language. It's possible for you. Initially it would be difficult for you, but with the passage of time, if you can spend, you can certainly speak English well. Because when you read, you have to speak. You have to force your mind that it's the time to reveal my thoughts through my mouth from the production of the words. When you listen something, you just have to force your brain that now it's my turn to speak English well. When you encounter some reading, some blogging, some article, some newspaper, you just have to give a green signal to your mind. Don't have a critical, don't have a judgmental outlook in your mother tongue. Be an Englishman. You just have to take the sport of English words, whether broken, whether a simple sentence structure. This is your thought, and if you can adopt this thought, you can speak English from the very first day you have started your journey. Because you are not alone, because you are not a beginner. You have traveled a lot. You just want to take the concrete step towards your learning of English language, and I am providing you this motivation that utilize the surrounding around you. If you are walking on the road and a child is crying, he is wearing worn out clothes, and he is on some slums area, or on some dust heap, or on some garbage heap. He is collecting something. You can see there are many dreams in his eyes, but he is still unable to fulfill those dreams. You can visualize that there are many people in the world who are living a poor life, who can't fulfill their desires, who can't get the proper education, proper schooling, and they are deprived of the proper food, diet, anything. And they can't claim to be human beings. Sometimes they are not treated like human beings. This is the phenomena. All human beings are born with equality. So why there is so much inequality around the globe? So many thoughts are around you, so many contents are around you, so many things are inviting you. In fact, this word around you is inviting you. You just have to hear, you just have to listen the invitation around every corner of you, and believe me, if you can just stand still, you can just stand or outside your balcony, you just have to see around, and you will see many scenes are waiting for you, many scenes are inviting you, so that you can represent them, so that you can have a picture of words through which you can paint the scenes which you are visualizing, which you are seeing. Now it's your duty, it's your responsibility. Time is limited, there are only 4 months left, and it's now your duty to force your brain that now it's enough, it's enough, it's enough. You have to give red signal to your brain. Now the deadline is over. Now there is time to speak and speak and speak only in English. If your mind is saying that I don't have the content, you should say that content is all around you. Just visualize, just materialize all this content through your mouth, through your words, and you will see a satisfaction is coming out of your brain, and you will see that your brain will say, oh yes, I didn't have opened my eyes towards my surrounding. There is so much that I have to describe through my words in English language, and you just have to smile and smile and force your brain, and you will see drastic, tremendous changes in your spoken English. So for this, you have to take the first step, and the first step is that you just have to speak, and after speaking you just have to read, you just have to write down what you are feeling about this video. Isn't it an informative video? If it is an informative video, gives me like, thumbs up and like, and hit that bell icon, because it motivates me. And my dear audience, share it with at least 10 of your friends, so that they can get enlightened with this thought. With this positive note, I certainly end this video. Till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much.